Hello everybody and welcome to another ATC Maths and Science tutorial video. Today we'll be discussing the introduction to electrochemistry. Now, electrochemistry involves a special type of reaction known as a redox reaction. Now, a redox reaction is one where there is a transfer of electrons. So with the redox reaction, we're looking at one where electrons are transferred. So naturally, these electrons will be transferred from one reactant to another. So another way of thinking about it is one reactant is going to lose electrons, whereas the other reactant is going to gain electrons. Therefore, we can state that a redox reaction can be split into two half reactions, or can be represented as two half reactions. So these two half reactions are given special names. One is known as the oxidation half reaction, and the other is the reduction half reaction. So we must note that the oxidation half reaction is the one that shows us loss of electrons, whereas the reduction half reaction will therefore show us a gain in electrons. There's a simple way to remember whether we're dealing with whether oxidation is loss and reduction is gain. We use this acronym oil rig to memorize this. So according to the acronym, oxidation is loss of electrons and reduction is a gain of electrons. For example, let's say these are two half reactions that we're going to look at. One's going to be an oxidation half reaction and the other a reduction. So if I had to do an example of an oxidation half reaction, it would be something like this, a very popular one. Zn gives me Zn2 plus 2 electrons. So as you notice, the charge went from being 0 to being 2 plus, indicating a loss of electrons, oxidation. So reduction, on the other hand, would be, let's say we've got Cu2 plus 2 electrons. It gives me Cu. So this is showing how the charge of copper went from 2 plus, positive, to 0, showing a gain of electrons, a gain in negative charges. However, there's further terminology that we need to know when it comes to dealing with redox reactions. We're expected to know that this substance, the reactant that is being oxidized, is given a special name. We call this the reducing agent. And the exact reactant, the substance that is gaining the electrons, is known as the oxidizing agent. So almost a little bit of opposites at play here. In the oxidation half reaction, we identify the reducing agent. In the reduction half reaction, we identify the oxidizing agent. Right? So we must just remember that the substance oxidized, that would be the reactant that actually loses electrons, is known as the reducing agent. And the substance or the reactant that is reduced is known as the oxidizing agent. With this introduction into how electrochemistry would work, the reaction on which it's based, which is called a redox reaction, we have a core concept taken care of, so that when we actually get into its applications, the applications of redox reactions, which would be in two different cells, one called the galvanic cell and the other the electrolytic cell, we'll be able to take this knowledge and then apply it into each of those cells specifically.